Hey friends, Sleepy here, and welcome to another episode of my weekly gaming playlist series. Friday's here, so it's time to do a recap and go over the games I played this week with you guys. Would love to hear your thoughts as well, though, so if you've played any of the games I shared you today, let me know how you liked them. I also enjoy hearing about the games you guys are playing each week. That gives me ideas of games I might want to check out. And if you guys have recommendations on a game you think I might enjoy, let me know. I'm always looking for new games to play and experience. I've got one game to share with you guys, and this is the one that I've been playing the past 5 weeks. Few hours every week. I've got like 50 hours into this game now, and I finally defeated the game and beat it this week, and that was System Shock. And this is for the Xbox One and Series X. It was also released on PS4, PS5, and the PC. This was released by Night Dive Studios, and they did a fantastic job. They remade the old System Shock for the PC. Now, this game had gone through kind of some developmental hell because they started a Kickstarter project, which they were able to fulfill, and they got the money for it. They were originally going to kind of make it a completely new game and just kind of keep the name, but they eventually settled on, let's just remake the old one, but with updated visuals and add some stuff to the game. And I feel that the game is much better for doing that instead of just completely changing. Like if you guys had played the old Prey from the 7th gen days, and then they remade Prey for the 8th gen consoles, it was just the same name but a completely different game and story and everything. So I'm really glad that they just didn't keep the name, but they actually remade the old classic, because it gave a chance for people who had never played the old 90s PC game a chance to experience it here on modern consoles, which was really awesome. Now I'll give you guys a little basic idea of the story, because you guys know I don't like to ruin story for you, but the main villain in the game is called Shodan, and it is a computer program, and she's on this Citadel station. And now this game takes place in the future. It's 2072. It's a cyberpunk world, so people have augmented themselves. You're in the future and space and everything. Well, you play as a nameless hacker. Now, you can play either a male or a female, which is cool. I'm pretty sure in the PC version, originally, you only played as a guy. So you play as a nameless hacker, so you never have a name for you. They just call you the hacker. But you want to steal this neural implant from this corporation called the Tri-Optum Corporation. So you're hacking into their system about trying to get to that thing to steal it. Well, they find out about it, and they come and steal you and kidnap you from your apartment. And then you get taken to the Citadel station, and one of the leaders of that corporation is this Edward Diego guy. And he says, well, instead of prosecuting you, you help them do some hacking for them, and they will then give you the neural implant, and they'll call it even, and there won't be any issues. And so you do that. Well, you get your implant, and then you get put into like cryostasis. It's like, I think 6 weeks. It might have been even like 6 months you're knocked out. But you find out that what you were hacking was you actually went into Shodan, and you hacked out her ethical subroutines. So basically, those were the subroutines keeping her to being normal and nice and stuff. And so it made her turn evil and sentient. And she decided, like, oh, you know what? I'm going to kill off all the humans on the space station because I feel like I'm a god now. And so she ends up creating cyborgs that you fight. She releases a virus that turns people into like zombie mutant creatures. And so then the game takes place after all this shit goes down. And so now you're on the station, and you're trying to stop Shodan, and there are a few humans that you talk to that are trying to get off the station, and Shodan's been making it difficult, and so then you have to go through and try to stop her. And so that's where the game takes place, and that's what the whole story is about, you going through and stopping Shodan from trying to get back to Earth and take over humanity as their god and turn everyone into either mutants or cyborgs. So let's check out some gameplay of System Shock. Hey guys, today we're taking a final look here at System Shock. Now this is an awesome remake of the old classic 90s System Shock that was released for PC. Really awesome. They added some new stuff into the game that wasn't in the original. They updated the visuals and stuff. Give you guys a quick little basic idea of the story. It's a cyberpunk game, takes place in the future in 2072. You play as a nameless hacker, which you can either be a male or female, but you can choose, which is pretty cool. And you are aboard this Citadel station in space. It's being run by a computer called Shodan. However, Shodan has become evil because you're a hacker and you hacked Shodan and got rid of its ethical subroutines, which turned it evil, and it took over the station. It released a virus and started creating mutants, and it also turned a bunch of the humans into cyborg warriors to do Shodan's bidding and stuff, and killed off a bunch of the people. And so the game takes place on this station where you're trying to fight Shodan and free whoever's left on board and take the Citadel station back from Shodan and her forces. I'll explain more, do a little bit more in depth of the story on Friday when I share this in my weekly gaming playlist video, but just wanted to give you guys a little idea of it. It's got some cool options here, just your gameplay, you know, to yourself. What I really like is the display. You can actually change the color of the interface if you want to change the HUD here. See, I kept it red the whole game, but you can have all kinds of different colors, which is pretty cool. So there's a different one for everybody. You can adjust the field of view, all that stuff. So it's got quite a good amount of options for you to adjust. Now, I did beat the game, but I'm going to load an older save so I can show you guys some combat and stuff, what the game is like. So we'll load this one first, where I was at 27 hours. It took me a little over 50 some hours to actually beat this game, and that's with me dying a bunch of times to different boss battles and just some difficult situations in the game, because I'm playing it on the normal difficulty setting. You can play it on the hardest. There's 3 on there. Definitely recommend not higher than normal unless you're really, really skilled at these kind of games and you really know what the hell you're doing. Really save that for like a second playthrough. There's some environmental effects here as well. I'll show you guys. Like, you can go to areas that are full of poison or radiation, and over time it'll start killing you. And so you'll see that in these areas that are yellow, sometimes it'll be red. It shows you on the map where an area has damage to you, radiation or poison or something. And it's only in certain areas on the station, but once you leave it, your guy will start to heal. I actually have a shield on that's helping to protect me from it, but it's not like 100% guarantee. It doesn't keep you forever, and it uses your energy, because you have a health bar and you have an energy bar which you use. But as you play through the game, you actually can unlock different augmentations for your character which help you, like getting extra health, being able to get these cool boots, which I have level 3, which actually help you fly and hover around, get to places you couldn't get to earlier in the game, which is really cool. Great menu system here. It keeps track of your weapons, your ammo, and all the usable items you have here. And you actually can unlock 2 times an inventory upgrade, because inventory is actually pretty limited and it does take up a lot of space. You also have the ability to upgrade your weapons here, which I've been doing, and then sometimes they actually get longer. Like, it adds onto this pistol here, added an extra slot to it because it made it longer, but it made it do more damage and carries more ammo. And there's a variety of different weapons as well. You got grenades, all kinds of different health packs, ammo for you to find. There's also stuff, miscellaneous items in the world, which you can then take to recycling stations, get those recycled and turn them into credits, because then you can use the credits to buy stuff at vending machines or to buy the upgrades for the weapons. You have your map here, and it's all broke up into different sections of the ship, and they're absolutely massive, as you can see. This one here is the reactor level, but there's all the different levels. There's reactor, there's medical, research, maintenance, storage, flight deck, executive, engineering, security, and then finally the bridge. I do want to warn you guys, though, that there is a one of the final bosses is on the security station. Once you reach that boss battle, you can actually not go back to any part of the station. You get locked out. So there is a point of no return. So if you want to looking for all the collectibles and all that kind of stuff, and want to make sure you maximize all your upgrades and all that stuff, you need to do that before you go into that boss battle. Just you guys a little warning there. There's also a bunch of collectibles for you to find, which are these audio logs and visual logs, which I'll just play a random one here, and it'll tell you the audio here.
If you're hearing this, have set up an operations base to assist in resisting Shodan. Come to Beta Quadrant. You will find the medical research vaults have been turned into a radioactive trench. If you are coming in from Gamma, our guards will extend the bridge for you. You can also activate the bridge using a nearby wiring panel. Any humans that can hear my voice, come to Beta Quadrant and make a stand against Shodan.
And then this is your interface and showing all the different upgrades you have and the different levels of them, which is pretty cool. And then, of course, back to your inventory system. There's a huge variety of weapons that you'll find. Some are hidden, some you don't get till later in the game. Here's one of the areas where I was talking about, like, vending machines. You can put the credits into it, and you can... open it up, and you can get your ammo out, which is really cool. And this is one of those mod stations where they're spread out throughout the station, and that's where you can get your upgrades and stuff. And then there's these little medical things. Now, these are definitely very needed as you play through the game, because this is an area where you can get healed, and not every level has this. There's certain levels that have these little medical beds, but you can actually get into them, and it'll fully heal you, and you won't have to use your health packs or anything. These are definitely needed, especially as you get further along in the game and it gets really difficult. You really want to have these. And then what's cool is, if you leave items on the ground, they don't disappear, they just stay there. So I've been using this area as like a base of operations for me, where I have my variety of weapons here, which I've been upgrading different ones. And so I put them here, because I obviously can't hold everything, but as I mix up with the different weapons, I leave them here. There's also this cool little vault inventory here where you actually get some extra space here, which you can store stuff, which I've been storing health packs and ammo and grenades and things like that. So, give me a second, guys, to pause it, and then I wanted to show you guys some combat here with a different save file. Alright, now we're going to get into some combat here. Now, how you get through the different parts of the station are through elevators, and there's different elevators around, so they don't all go to the same place. This goes between the executive and maintenance. So we're going to go down to maintenance, and there's some enemies that have spawned down here for you to fight. And this beam weapon is one of my favorites to use in the game, and there's one of the enemies right now, one of the robots. Got him. And this has different settings. Like you can put it on 3, 1. I like to keep it on 2, so it's a little balanced. It's strong, but it doesn't use all my ammo up. And there's also like the assault rifle here, which is cool. And there's one of the cyborg warrior guys. You can also have specialized ammo, so now I've got a little stronger ammo by pushing the Y button. Just to show you guys how much damage you can take. Like, my health's already down in half, so you really got to watch these guys. And then you always want to loot the enemies as you kill them, because sometimes they will have useful ammo on them, sometimes health packs in it, randomize what they'll have on them. There's also little puzzles here, like these little circuit breakers. You have to move things around to get energy to go through. That's pretty cool. Oop, there's another one. Ooh, and there's one of those. Shit. So use one of these big health packs real quick. These are definitely helpful. I like to save them for when I desperately need them. And you'll actually find a lot more of the guns. Like, there's multiple shotguns, multiple pistols, but you can only upgrade one of them. Like here's one that's just been sitting there. There's a pistol weapon there, but I just leave those because I don't need 2 pistols. You know, that's the same gun, but only one can be updated. So just so you know, you can only upgrade one. Make sure you hold on to that one so you don't accidentally upgrade one with one part and a different one with the other upgrade. Gotcha. And so I'm at a point in the game where Shodan's really just dropping a lot of guys, because these floors sometimes open up with like a little elevator, and it can start producing more enemies. So you have to watch out, as she'll just start randomly doing that as you're in different areas. But you guys can see the size of this map. And I tried to explore all the map looking for all the collectibles. And it's just a really fun game. Been having a lot of fun with it. There's a lot of puzzles for you to solve as well. Now what's interesting too is you'll find puzzles and stuff like this with codes. However, the creators of the game wanted to make sure that people weren't cheating by like looking up a guide and like, oh, well, here's the 3 codes, so you could skip a big portion of the game. Well, how they combat that is they put in randomized codes. So for every person that plays, their 3-digit code is different. And even if you were to figure it out early, you can't put it in until the game tells you through one of the messages of the character telling you something, or you find clues. So it's structured like that so that you're not able to cheat through the game, which I think is kind of a cool idea for it. Oh shit, another one. Got him. Now this is... oh shit. Damn. Ha, he's glitched. Nice. In this game, you actually get turned into a cyborg in some of these levels. So
Conversion activated. Restoration procedures modified to generate cybernetic assistance for showdown.
So if I was to die with this not deactivated, I automatically fail and become a cyborg. But when you find these on every level, you want to turn them off so that when you die, you'll just spawn here as a human and you won't be a cyborg. Very important for you to do that. And then this is where you can get like your medical stuff. And this is where you can see humans being turned into cyborgs. Really creepy. There's these little cyborg purple dudes you'll run into. You don't have to worry about fighting them or killing them. They don't do anything. They just walk around in these little medical areas. And like I said, not all the medical areas have those healing beds. So it's important to know where they are, because sometimes you're going to have to do backtracking and stuff to get to where you need to. And then see, here's when you can go to research, reactor, engineering. So you have to find the different elevators to get to the different areas of the ship. And I do love that the game does have this little elevator music. It's kind of catchy, and it breaks up the craziness of what you're in and the horror and everything. Just kind of having this little elevator mall type of music play. I thought it's kind of cool. So you guys can see another big labyrinth here. And so as you play, you start to understand where you are, where to go, how to navigate these, even without using the map. Like, because I've been playing so damn much, I just know where everything in these maps is located at. And then here's some of the mutant creatures. They only run into these at the very beginning of the game. After this, you start fighting just the robots, and the enemies get tougher and tougher as you move through the game. Like, it gets more difficult. And so we'll go back down here to medical, which is the area that you start off in the game. And so you can see how big the very first area is. Lots of secrets for you to find and discover. There's even secret rooms for you to unlock as well, which is really cool. And then this is definitely going to be one of your main homes at the very beginning of the game, is coming back to this room to refill your energy, because that energy does everything. It does for this weapon, it does for your abilities. Like, you can put a shield on, there's a radar you can use for sensor stuff, you can turn on night vision for when the area gets really dark. And like I said, you want to make sure you know where these beds are. Now, these beds can be destroyed. I've never had one destroyed, but you can get them damaged enough where you can't use them anymore. So you want to make sure that you don't lure enemies in here and don't have them shoot at this thing. And you don't want to accidentally shoot it, because these are a lifesaver, having those. Really cool, too. Periodically, you will find little ID tags in the world. And those are actually the Kickstarter backers. They put their names on it. So I just wanted to give you guys a little look at the game here. It's really awesome. If you like first-person shooters, you like action games, RPG elements and stuff, highly recommend the System Shock remake. It is amazing.
Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that look at System Shock. Like I said, I had a lot of fun with it. I did not end up getting all the collectibles, and I did mention that there is a point of no return, so you definitely want to make sure that you go after all the collectibles before you reach that point of no return. Luckily, the game has 20 save slots, so I left another slot saved where I could go back and get and mop up the collectibles for the achievement. And there's a few other achievements I did not get. There's different difficulty settings too in this, where you have 4 different settings, and it can be like easy to a super hard mode. I could not imagine playing this on hard, because the further along you get in the game, the enemies get tougher, they get more numerous, and it just was a very challenge. It was really difficult towards the end. Died in a couple of different boss fights, but I had a lot of fun with the game. It was very enjoyable. It kept my attention. It kept me wanting to keep playing. That's why I played it so long. Had a lot of fun. It took about 39 hours in total for me to beat it. The other 10 hours were me dying and restarting and screwing up a couple times and having to restart. But I had a lot of fun with that. Read you guys stuff on the back. System Shock is back. Experience the classic dystopian horror shooter in a modern remake, giving a new generation of players the chance to fight Shodan, the space station's deranged computer hell-bent on humanity's destruction. Become fully immersed, shoot, brawl, crawl, climb, leap, and think your way through the Citadel Station. Face off against the forces of a rogue AI gone mad. And that's what's cool too, is there's puzzles for you guys to solve in this game, where sometimes there's a door you have to hack in. And what's cool is it reminds me of like BioShock, where you have to move parts to make the power go through, and sometimes it's a puzzle. Sometimes you hit one piece, 4 of them turn. So you have to learn how you can reroute the power to stuff. So it's really cool and really awesome. You also can augment your character. That's what the RPG elements are, where you can upgrade yourself and upgrade your health. You eventually get these boots where you can start flying with it to get to higher places that you might not got to earlier. So you do have to do backtracking if you want to find collectibles. There's also these Scullies, the Night Dive Skull guy. There's 10 of them total, 1 in each of the sections of the game that you have to find that are hidden, which I did find all those, which is cool. All these audio files for you to find, and video little audio sticks and little sticks that have like data on it that you can then read, and it's all from the crew, which is really cool. And also for all the Kickstarter backers, their names, there was a ton of them, which is crazy. There's little name badges you can find in the world, and it'll actually have the name of a Kickstarter backer, and they're just randomly placed throughout the world. I thought that was really cool. If you guys like first-person shooters, you like cyberpunk worlds, RPG stuff, highly recommend System Shock. It's an amazing game, and you definitely will not be disappointed. If you guys have played it before, let me know. I'd also like to hear about the games you guys are playing, and if you guys have a recommendation on a game you think I might enjoy, let me know, because I'm always looking for new games to play and experience. I want to thank you guys for watching. Take care. You guys have an amazing day, and Sleepy will see you next time.